If you find that your motivation is lacking, I'd say first take a break. You need to relax.
My family would always be saying, oh, come on out for a walk, or I'll go to the park. I'm stuck in my bedroom. My books and my stationery was everywhere, and I needed to get out somewhere nice and clean, and some fresh air did me so good.
There were so many times during GCSEs where I just felt like I was the most stupid person ever, but that's a ridiculous thing to think because you're spending all your time learning new things and developing skills, and you should be massively proud of that.
It is so important to reward yourself. There's no point in going through a process which is admittedly very stressful without giving yourself any reward, because it is difficult.
If you have a week full of exams or you work super hard for a week, on Saturday you can feel like you've earned something and give yourself some time off or see a friend or something. Obviously don't do that if you have like another full week of exams.
When you revise, you just need to constantly remind yourself that this isn't just a piece of paper or an exam that's there to stress you out, it's there to help you reach what you want to do in life.
When I'm older, I would love a maze, and that's not going to happen, but it just kind of made me work. I was like, in an ideal world, if I worked as hard as I could get this maze.
I'm not saying stress is a positive thing. It's horrible to have during an exam period, but it's normal. In a way, stress shows that you're working hard and that you worry about what mark you're going to get.
When it gets past the point where you're ignoring your social life, you're ignoring your friends, that is when it becomes dangerous.
A good indicator that you are stressed is when you have so many things to do and your mind simply can't focus.
Find something that relieves your stress. I used an adult colouring book because it's super easy and it requires no concentration, and that really helped me, but find something you enjoy.
When I realised that my worrying and stressing was getting out of hand, I knew I really needed to confide in somebody, and so I immediately went to my parents because I knew I could talk to them. So every night, even if it was what I thought was a silly worry or something really small, I spoke to them about it, and it's really surprising how much better you will feel after you speak to somebody.
My maths teacher was quite helpful because I have just been dire at maths since I was no age. She really helped me by saying, "Bro, all you do is pass. You know, all you do is pass and get this over with."
Yes.
To know that your friends can connect to a certain situation during this period is quite comforting.
I had a few friends who I would often get quite hysterical with, and being hysterical's not the best way to get some revision notes done. But I had other friends who really helped me to concentrate and inspired me in being so driven themselves, and that really helped me.
I'm not saying stress is a positive thing. It's horrible to have during an exam period, but it's normal. In a way, stress shows that you're working hard and that you worry about what mark you're going to get.
You need to make the most of stress. Filter out the bits that aren't important to you and take the bits that come from you. Use them to inspire you and drive you, because that's what your passion is. That's what's going to drive you to do really, really well.
When it gets past the point where you're ignoring your social life, you're ignoring your friends, that is when it becomes dangerous.
A good indicator that you are stressed is when you have so many things to do and your mind simply can't focus.
Find something that relieves your stress. I used an adult colouring book because it's super easy and it requires no concentration, and that really helped me, but find something you enjoy.
Now, I always found mindfulness hilarious when people talked about it. It was like sitting in a kitchen and staring at a carrot and finding your centre. But it doesn't have to be like that. It can be whatever suits you. Really, what it means is taking time to be on your own and to concentrate on just being.
I think it's crucial for you to get enough sleep during your exams. It's something that's usually overlooked by a lot of students.
I thought it would be a good idea to do an all-nighter, surviving on energy drinks and coffee, and this was a terrible idea. I woke up in the morning, went into the exam, and the questions just looked like another language to me.
I was doing Ramadan and that meant I had to wake up at 2 every morning, and so the way I got enough sleep was going to bed at the same time every night and waking up at the same time, even on weekends, which wasn't ideal, but it meant that I got enough sleep and that my brain kind of knew when it was supposed to sleep and when it wasn't.
I think your diet is the most important part of revision, because it's like my mum always told me, you can't run a car without fuel, and it's the same for a person. If you notice that maybe your appetite's changing slightly or you're maybe losing a bit of weight, then see if you can change your meal times. work around it with your revision schedule, or even speak to a parent or a doctor if you think it's something serious.
Exercise is paramount to your success. Even if you don't think you're a sporty or active person, just getting out of the house, just using your body for something other than writing flashcards is really important. And I can tell you countless occasions on which I felt terrible, went out and did a bit of exercise and felt completely better.
You can always set targets and then you can aim higher, but at least you've got your target. So for me it was like C's, and then I'd be like, oh, I passed it.
GCSEs are just GCSEs. There is more to life. You come out of them and you can do your A-levels, or you can go on to college and do something different. And that is when you focus on what you love. You're not working for anybody else. You're not doing this for your teachers or your parents or your friends or your grandparents, even though they're going to be so proud of you. You're working for yourself.
Comparing yourself to others is good if you do it in a light-hearted way. But at the end of the day, the only person you should ever compare yourself to is yourself in the past, because that's the only true sense of progress that you can have.